So I recently watched a podcast with Benny. I'm sure you've seen her videos on TikTok and Instagram because the girl is hilarious. And she had a social worker on there. I believe the social worker name is Veronique. And they were talking about church girls, good girl programming, and flirting. And I was like, I want to talk about that too. Benny had said in the video, she was like, I feel like if I take my hair and go like this, that he's supposed to know that I'm flirting. And Veronique was like, no, that's not how it is. So I want to talk about flirting. And I want to talk about flirting as a church girl because I feel like many of us are very rigid as it relates to how we communicate our interest with a man. I know many of us have been taught that a man is supposed to pursue you, and if he's interested in you, he will pursue you. You've probably heard things like, stay out of that man's face. I'm going to talk about all that today, okay? Welcome to Heal the New Sexy, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Samantha. I'm a licensed therapist and coach, and I'm a church girl that doesn't mind flirting. If I see a man, I don't mind complimenting him. I don't mind saying, oh, I like your haircut. Oh, you smell so good. Or smiling, okay? Because flirting is not a sin. It's not. Many of us were taught, I grew up Church of God in Christ, which is Pentecostal. I grew up with the slip and the long skirt and the stockings. And I remember seeing women get in trouble for wearing makeup to church. I remember getting my hair cut. And it was like, you don't cut your glory. I remember all the things. But I really feel like women are being taught to be passive as relates to their dating life and their experience. I know a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor. And so there's some women who've adopted, right, that you don't need to do anything. But I want to paint a picture for you. Have you ever gone fishing? I went fishing one time. I got bit by a horsefly, so I ain't never been again because that was traumatic. But imagine going fishing and wanting some fish, but not bringing a pole, not bringing bait, and you're just sitting there. Are you waiting? Not even a net. Are you just waiting for the fish to jump out? The bait is what draws the fish in, and so does flirting, okay? We have to talk about the things, and maybe you can down below tell me some of the things that you were told as it relates to flirting. If you grew up in purity culture, you probably were taught not to flirt. You probably were taught not to speak to boys, not to talk to boys, stay away from boys. Many of us were taught to go to school, get an education, and then get married. But the in-between is where many of us fail. And I don't think that's intentional. I don't think our fathers and our moms, our mothers, I don't think the church did that intentionally to us. I think the information that they gave us was the best that they had. Many of them didn't want us to sin. And with that, they separated us and tried their very best. I feel like the church, and I don't think this is a word, but I'm going to say it. I feel like the church is sex phobic. The church fears sex. And there's not enough honest conversations about holy sexuality. I think that's a book. Holy sexuality and sensuality and sexual expression. We are encouraged to read the 65 books of the Bible. There's really 66, but we're encouraged to read 65 because nobody wants to talk about Song of Solomon. No one wants to talk about all of the jewels that are in Song of Solomon. Even as it relates to our femininity and how we express it. Many of us have been pushed that we should be modest. And when you look at the scripture of modesty, it doesn't say, oh, you need to wear a long skirt like I grew up. You need to wear a long skirt, or you don't need to wear pants, or you need to do this. If you look at the scripture, it really talked about the difference as it relates to wealth. That's what it talks about. But the interpretation of it really has women, like I said, when I grew up, like you couldn't wear makeup, you couldn't wear certain hairstyles and those type of things. But let me get back on track as it relates to flirting. I think even as a teen, many of us were fearful of being seen as fast. And so you may have internalized that. So now when a man shows interest in you, you can be very rejecting, especially if it's in a church environment, because you don't want anyone to accuse you of being fast or being promiscuous or being in that man's face. I remember hearing a woman saying, that man sees you. He may see me, but he don't know I'm interested. And I'm trying to make sure he know I'm open. And that's all flirting is. Flirting is demonstrating that to him that you're open to communication. That's it. There are many Christian men that will not be offended because you flirted with them. They're not going to be turned off because you flirted with them. If anything, it may be exciting to them. It may cause them to be interested. Maybe they saw you, but they couldn't tell that you were open. I'm going to tell you for myself, when I go to church, sit where I'm going to sit, face, I'm usually looking at the pastor. I'm not looking, I'm really not observing. And then I go get my son and I go home. There are a few times where when it's not the main church service that I may see a man and have a conversation with him. I remember, I think it was last year, there was a gentleman, my son was there because he was there for rehearsal. And I was like, well, he's here, I'm going to go get something to eat. I went and got something to eat. I saw the man from church there. I spoke to him. And then when I came back, I was like, oh, hey, we could have went there together. I know y'all not that bold. Samantha, you're going to get, you don't know. Listen, it was in walking distance, okay? The place was in walking distance, all right? I want you to know that flirting, again, is natural. It's normal behavior. It's not a sin. It's just about expressing romantic interest in a playful and light way. I did the video about, let me see what I named it. Give me how to actually have fun in dating. I think that you can be serious about wanting to be married, but you still can be playful. You still can have fun as it relates to getting there. Many Christian women that I see are so serious and unfortunately rigid that it's a turnoff to some men. A man doesn't want to meet you and go through a whole interview with you, not have fun with you, not make memories with you because you're trying to be so serious as it relates to marriage. 9 times out of 10, he wants to be married too, but the two of you have to determine if you guys are compatible, if you're suitable, if you're aligned, and if you can have fun together. Men want women that are warm, that are inviting, that are nurturing. That is what they're looking for. Women that can be safe emotionally, physically. The same way you're looking for safety, he is too. But I want you to move a little bit differently. I want you to be open to having fun with him. I want you to be open to establishing friendship. With my girlfriends, I compliment them. Girl, my girlfriend did a video. She was modeling some shoes. I'm like, girl, you look good in them shoes. She's stepping her toe out into, pun intended, into being an influencer, right? You compliment your girlfriends. You should compliment that man too. You see that man that got a haircut? You walking by the barbershop and that man come out and his hair and he done got that stuff sprayed on. Oh, your beard look good. Oh, your hair look good. Oh, you look good. He may be like, thank you. You may cause that man to get shy. Okay? Have some fun. Flirting is normal social interaction. It doesn't equal sex. And for many of us, we've been taught or conditioned that any interaction with a man, because we really objectify men. So any interaction with him means sex, and it doesn't. It just means that I can enjoy a man of the opposite sex. Do this. Practice flirting. Go to the grocery store. Ask a man to get something for you. Can you get that for me? You're so tall. Thank you. Man, how tall are you? Wow. Did you play sports? Did you play basketball? I bet you had a mean 3-pointer. He 5'2". Okay, who cares? We're flirting. He is going to think that well, maybe he do. He may have a good jumper. Okay? Or maybe he ran track. He did whatever. But talk to him, communicate with him. It doesn't have to end the marriage. It doesn't have to lead to marriage. It's just communication, all right? Stop sitting back and waiting to be chosen. God is not going to deliver that man via Amazon or UPS or United States Postal Service. The man is not coming that way. Well, my girlfriend, okay, she's an anomaly. And that's okay. Your man is outside. Why are you not outside? Why are you not outside being friendly and warm and inviting? What you want. Let me say it like this. All of the women that I work with want to be married. They desire to be in a healthy romantic relationship. But what you want, you're going to have to show some effort. You're going to have to show some side. And that's okay. And flirting is the way to do it. I'm really going to be pushing you ladies, especially if you are subscribed, or if you are in the Heal Squad, which is the membership. You can select the join button down below the video. I'm really going to challenge you. Now, you can take my advice. I'm only a talking head. So for some of you, because some of y'all are some keyboard warriors, y'all be wanting to fight, and I don't want to fight. Okay, I'm a lady. I don't want to fight. To try things differently. If the way that you've done them before doesn't work, what does it hurt to try it a different way? And some of my videos are not going to be cookie cutter of what you've seen before. When I did that video, Why Anxious and Avoidant Girlies Should Date Now, there are many women that are like, no, you need to wait until you're 100% healed before you do that, even though the research doesn't suggest that, and you won't know until you're fully healed until you actually date. I intend to bring things to you in a different way, because not everyone, there are a lot of people giving you the same advice over and over and over again. But if that's not working for you, I invite you, one, to try something different. It can't hurt nothing. But two, also research to figure out what will work for you. We are different people. We're different women. And I want you to step into your authentic self. Could it be that the way you were taught to do a thing is what's getting in your way and repelling the life, not just the man, but the life that you want? Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Growing up, you ever heard the children should be seen and not heard? You know how many times I heard that? If I had accepted that as truth, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I got something to say. Okay? I don't want you to be a passive observer in your own dating life. It's your dating life. Was it John Bovey said, it's my life, it's now or never. It's your life. Get out there. Have fun. Some women sit back, they wait, and they hope that a man notices them. Meanwhile, men are trying to figure it out. Are you just interested? Are you interested, or are you just being polite? Because he can't tell the difference. There's a difference between saying thank you versus thank you. Thank you. You ever seen a man who tall and you look it up on there's if you put your head up versus thank you. I appreciate that. You're so nice. Lean into the man. Lean in. Y'all remember Regine? I think she was teaching Sinclair how to laugh, and she was like, I'm amused and I have these. Come on now. If a woman shows zero signals, many men will assume she's not interested and move on. Flirting helps to communicate that I'm open. I don't know if I said this before in the video, so if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, because I'm doing some of this off the top of my head. I think sometimes church girls have an issue with women that are newly saved that come in the church and get married, but that woman is okay with her sensuality. She's okay with her sexuality, and she's okay with flirting. She's okay with flirting. And she's okay with inviting a man in her space, and also comfortable with taking up space in that man's life. And we have to become that way as well. So let's talk about this. I want you to know that modesty and femininity and flirting can all be in the same space. You could be modest and you can be expressive. What's the saying? A closed mouth don't get fed. So flirting is your way of showing that you're interested. You can be faithful and you can flirt. You can be faithful to God and flirt. God is not going to be offended by you flirting with that man. He's not. Ruth shot her shot with Boaz. She got dressed. She put on her red dress and her high heels and her sweet perfume. and she went and she laid at Boaz's feet. She showed that she was interested. I believe that's in there for a reason. There are many love stories in the Bible. We have the story of Esther. We have Rachel and Jacob. And we have Ruth. How God decides to write your story is going to be unique to you. I want you to be less rigid, and I want you to be open. Maybe you pray and say, God, how are you going to do this for me? Are you going to drop them off via Amazon in the next 24 hours? Or am I going to have to show that I'm interested? I think it was Shamika Daniels, who was married to Dr. Darius Daniels. She wrote her phone number down on a piece of paper and put, if you're interested, call me. And they've been married, I'm guessing, 20 something years. And look at the great thing that they've built. Now, could he have pursued her? We will never know, because the story is that she pursued him. Well, not pursued him. She flirted. She shot her shot. Okay? This is Hilton the Sexy. I want to hear from you down below. If you are a Christian woman and you're married and you flirted with your husband first, I want to hear from you. If you're a Christian woman and you're dating and you flirted first, I want to hear from you. I want to have some positive anecdotal information down below to encourage the girlies who've never really flirted before to get out there and flirt. All right?